Good morning and Jai Hind everyone.
Good morning and Jai Hind, sir.
Good morning and Jai Hind, sir.
So yesterday we were studying about the algebra of complex number, in which you study about the addition of two complex number and their properties. Okay, and you well know how you find the additive inverse of any complex number, or how you find the existence of identity. So you that means learned all that types of property. So today you start with subtraction of complex numbers. So you write your heading, subtraction of complex number. Yes, right, subtraction of complex number. So suppose here you take two complex number. Let Z1 is equal to A plus IB. Z1 is equal to A plus IB, and Z2 is taken as C plus ID. And if you want to find the value of Z1 minus Z2, so here you putting the value of Z1 A plus IB minus, here you write C plus ID. So you have to follow the same that means rule, means the real part is to be subtracted from real part, and imaginary part is to be subtracted from imaginary part. So here you have A minus C plus I times, here you can write B minus D, B minus D. So in this way you can subtract any two complex number. Okay, for example, suppose if you have any complex number, Z1 is equal to minus 2 plus 3i, and here you have Z2 is equal to 3 plus 4i, and if you want to find the value of Z1 minus Z2, so Z1 minus Z2 can be written as minus 2 plus 3i minus 3 plus 4i. So if you are subtract here, here you have minus 5 and plus, sorry, if you subtracting here, so here you have minus I. So minus 5 minus I is your result. Okay, so in this way you can very easily subtract two complex number. Yeah. Note it. Note all that. Now your next operation is multiplication of complex numbers. Multiplication of complex number. So you write multiplication of complex number, and listen one thing, when you write any complex number, and that can be written always in its standard form. In its standard form means the complex number means the standard form of complex number is A plus IB. A plus IB is the standard form of complex number. Understand? So you write to your next heading, multiplication of complex numbers. So again here you take two that means complex number. One is Z1. Z1 is equal to A plus IB, and Z2 is taken as C plus ID. And here you take the product of Z1 and Z2, means Z1 into Z2 is equal to A plus IB into C plus ID. So as you that means take the product of two factors, so in the same way here you can apply. So if you are taking here A, so that A is to be multiplying to each of the term. So here you have AC plus IAD. AC plus IAD, and in the same way if you are taking second term IB, so that IB is to be multiplying in two terms. So you have I times of BC plus I square times of BD. I square times of BD, and you know I square is equal to minus 1. So you have AC plus taking I common, so you have AD plus BC, and here you have minus BD. Now you have to reduce, that means express the final answer in standard form. So all the real parts are within a bracket. So AC minus BD plus I times of AD plus BC. AD plus BC. So in this way, you can take the product of any two complex number. Yes, noted. Means in the simple way, as you take the product of two factors, you have to applying the same method while taking the product of two complex numbers. And as the operation addition, there be also the some properties of the product of two complex number, such as commutative property. So here I am not, that means prove all that things, commutative property or associative property. Only you write the result, how you, what do you mean by commutative property over multiplication and associative property, you know. So here you write only all that things, and how you can say the existence of identity for multiplications in complex number exist, okay, and one of the term multiplicative inverse. So how you find the multiplicative inverse of any complex number, okay? So you're right. So if you're talking about commutative law in multiplication, so your commutative law is as Z1 into Z2 is equal to Z2 into Z1. Means here the commutative law is hold for the multiplication of two complex numbers. In the same way, associative law, for associative law of multiplication, here you have Z1, Z2, Z1 into Z2 into Z3 is equal to Z1 into Z2 into Z3. Okay, so here the associative law is also hold for the multiplication of complex numbers, and yes, existence of identity. So as you build up the concept for the existence of identity for addition, okay, so how you build up your, how you define the identity in that case, means you have to check the number, okay, which number is added to a complex number to having the same number. Understand? Means identity can be obtained like that. So you see that, oh yes, 0 is added to any number, you will have the same number. So 0 is the additive identity for a complex number. So if you are raise a question for the multiplication also, you will have the value of multiplicative identity for complex number. So how you raise its question? So if you are saying that by what number should a complex number is to be multiplied to getting a same complex number, so no doubt your result is 1. Your result is 1. Understand? Your result is 1. Understand? So you can see that yes, 1 is the multiplicative identity of the complex number. Okay, getting my point? Okay बेटा, तो जरा इसमें आप next heading में आप लिख लो, your next heading is existence of identity element. Yes, right. Existence of identity element for multiplication. Existence of identity element for multiplication. Okay, so you can define existence of identity element for that means multiplication as because you know this property, since 1 can be written as 1 plus 0 into I. So you can say that yes, this 1 is also a complex number because this 1 can be written in a form, in a standard form. Means 1 can be written as 1 plus 0 I. So right, in this way, hence the complex number 1, yes, right, in this way, hence the complex number 1 is the identity element, for multiplication. Identity element for the multiplication. So how you can say that it is identity element? So you write in this way, that is Z1, sorry, Z into 1. Z into 1 is equal to Z. Z into 1 is equal to Z. Means here 1 is multiplying to any complex number. You have 1 and is also equal to 1 into Z. Is also equal to 1 into Z. So you can say that yes, 1 is the multiplicative identity. Means identity element for multiplication. Now, if you are think about the multiplicative inverse, so again you build up the same concept as you already getting a result for additive inverse. So in case of additive inverse, what you do? Means for a given complex number, what must be added to that to give your the result is additive identity. Understand? So there you find that yes, if
Negative of.
yes, so if you have a Z as a complex number, so if you are adding minus a to that, understand? So their sum becomes 0, and 0 is the additive identity of for addition. Understand? In the same way, if you want to find the result for multiplicative identity, so what you do? For a complex number Z, what should be multiplied to that? The result becomes 1. So no doubt you have to multiply
1 upon Z.
1 upon Z. 1 upon Z. So 1 upon Z is known as multiplicative inverse for a complex number. Okay. So you write your next heading. Yes, write your next heading, multiplicative inverse. Yes, write in this way, existence of multiplicative inverse. Existence of multiplicative inverse. And write in this way, for every non-zero complex number. Yes, write in this way, for every non-zero complex number, Z is equal to a plus ib. Z is equal to a plus ib. There exists another complex number. There exists another complex number. You write its name as Z dash. Either you write Z dash or you write Z1. Another complex number Z1 is equal to C plus ID. Z1 is equal to C plus ID such that Z into Z1 is equal to 1 is also equal to Z1 into Z. Z1 is into Z. Okay, so here you see that the product of Z and Z1 becomes identity element of complex number. So Z1 is known as the multiplicative inverse of Z. Okay, so you write in this way. So, just you listen one thing. If you are saying that the Z1 result, this Z1 result is the value of 1 upon Z. So you write like, so Z1 is equal to 1 upon Z. You write in this way, and this value of 1 upon Z is the multiplicative inverse. So if you are putting here 1 upon Z and the value of Z here, a plus ib. Yes, put it there, a plus ib. And after a simplification of this a plus ib means 1 upon a plus ib is not its standard form. You have to reduce this as the standard form of complex number. So there be a use of one term which is known as conjugate of complex number. Okay, so here that is missing. We have to that means explain about that earlier. So sorry for that. First you write here about conjugate of complex number. You write here conjugate of complex number. Conjugate of complex number. You write to heading conjugate of complex number. Understand? So what do you mean by conjugate of complex number? So you write let z is equal to a plus ib, then their conjugate is denoted by z bar. Understand? The conjugate of any complex number can be denoted by z bar, and this value of z bar can be written as a minus ib. A minus ib. So that is that a minus ib is the conjugate of a plus ib. So what you do here, only you have to change the sign in between the real part and imaginary part of complex number. So if you have a plus ib, so their conjugate z bar is a minus ib. And if you have a complex number z is equal to a minus ib, so their conjugate z bar is a plus ib. Understand? So only you have to change the that means sign in between the real part and imaginary part of complex number, and yes, you will have your the value of conjugate, its conjugate. And later on I will discuss about the different properties of conjugate of z. Okay, so first of all, here you applying here. So here 1 upon a minus sorry, a plus ib is not in standard form. So what you do, you have to make it in a standard form. So you have to multiplying numerator and denominator by its conjugate. By its conjugate. So write it. So 1 minus ib in numerator, and in denominator you can write a plus ib into a minus ib. Okay, a plus ib into a minus ib, you multiplying in this way. Now if you multiplying, applying the identity a plus b and a minus b, so here you have 1 minus ib upon a square minus I square b square. A square minus I square b square, and you know the value of I square is equal to minus 1. So that becomes a minus ib upon a square plus b square. So after that means getting this step, you have to distribute it. So if you are distributed, so you have a upon a square plus b square minus I times of b upon a square plus b square. So in this way, you can that means reduce the result in standard form. So you have to always express your final answer in complex number in standard form. So this is your standard form. Okay, write it. And that gives the value of multiplicative inverse. So if you have a property like that for a multiplicative inverse, so here you have an example to find the multiplicative inverse of a complex number. So just I give you a complex number, you trying to simplifying it and told me what is the value of multiplicative inverse. Okay, so please note this question. Find the multiplicative inverse. लिखो बेटा सभी लोग. Find the multiplicative inverse of z is equal to 3 minus 2i. Find the multiplicative inverse of z is equal to 3 minus 2i. Here you have to find the multiplicative inverse. और कैसे निकालना है मल्टीप्लिकेटिव इनवर्स सबको पता हो गया है. चलो ट्राई करो और आंसर हमको बताओ सॉल्व करके. व्हाट इज योर रिजल्ट?
upon 13 plus I multiplied into 2 upon 13.
Okay, correct. 3 upon 13 plus 2 upon 13i. Yes. So that is the value
Yes,
of
sir.
that is the value of multiplicative inverse. So just listen. Here you have to find the multiplicative inverse. So what you do? Right in this way. Multiplicative inverse of z is equal to, first you write 1 by z. Multiplicative inverse of z is equal to 1 upon z. Now putting its value 1 upon 3 minus 2i. Now taking its conjugate. So here you multiplying 3 plus 2i divided by 3 plus 2i. Taking the conjugate of numerator and multiplying it numerator and denominator both. So that is 2 plus 3 plus 2i upon 9 minus 4i square. And the value of I square is 1 minus 1, and this minus becomes positive, and 9 plus 4 is 13. So 3 plus 2i divided by 13. So your result is 3 upon 13 plus I times 2 upon 13. So in this way, you can find the value of multiplicative inverse. All you are getting? How to find
Yes,
the
sir.
okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
How to find the multiplicative inverse of complex number? So that topic is easy, है ना? तो बस आपको वो जो terms है ना अलग अलग, you have to know about it. And also here you have a property on multiplicative inverse. Okay. In the same way, your next property is multiplication of complex number in distributive over addition of complex number. Means here the multiplication of a complex number is distributed over the addition of complex number. So that property gives you the result like okay. So write your next heading: multiplication of complex number is distributed over addition of complex number. Addition of complex number. And you write that is Z1 into Z2 plus Z3. Suppose if you have three complex number Z1, Z2 and Z3. So here Z1 into Z2 plus Z3 is equal to. So this Z1 is distributed to these two number which is in a form of addition. So that can be written Z1 into Z2 plus Z1 into Z3. Z1 into Z3. So this is the meaning of this property. Okay. Now you write next one, next operation, which is division of complex number. So you write your next heading, division of complex number. Division of complex number. So again here you assume let Z1 is equal to A plus IB, Z2 is equal to C plus ID. Here you have two complex number and this Z2 is taken just like that Z2 is not equal to 0. Then Z1 upon Z2 means here you learn how to that is take the division of two complex number. So here you have Z1 and Z2 putting its value. So A plus IB upon C plus ID. A plus IB upon C plus ID. So this is your value, but as per rule, this is to be converted in its standard form, means in a form of A plus IB. So what you do in that case, you have to take the conjugate of denominator. So that we multiplying with C minus ID upon C plus ID. C minus ID upon C minus ID. Means here you take the conjugate of denominator and yes, multiplying its numerator part. So this A is multiplying to these two terms. So AC minus I AD, I into AD, and here you have plus I into BC minus I square BD, I square BD upon C square plus D square. In denominator, you have C square plus D square. Actually, you have here C square minus I square D square, and the value of I square is -1. That's why here you write C square plus D square. C square plus D square. Okay. And yes, you can write, means you have to collect all the real part and imaginary part. So here you see that I square, the value of I square is -1, so it becomes positive. So you have AC plus BD, AC plus BD plus I times, here you can write BC minus AD, BC minus AD. Understand? Now you distribute it. Here you have I. Here you distribute. So AC plus BD upon C square plus D square plus I into BC minus AD divided by C square plus D square. So in this way, you have its standard form and the process to take the division of any two complex number. And also you learn how to find the conjugate of any complex number. And here you have some properties of conjugate of complex number. So your next heading, you can write in next heading, properties of conjugate. Yes, right heading, properties of conjugate. So in properties of conjugate, your first property is conjugate of Z. Conjugate of Z is equal to Z. Means if you take the conjugate of any complex number and again take its conjugate, so you have the same complex number. For example, if you want to check it whether how you find that result. So if you are assuming Z is equal to A plus IB, Z is equal to A plus IB. So if you are taking its conjugate, Z bar, so the value of Z bar can be obtained by change the sign in between real part and imaginary part. So that is equal to A minus IB. You can write Z bar is equal to A minus IB. And again, if you are taking the conjugate of that, conjugate of Z, so again you change its sign, so it becomes A plus IB, and the value of A plus IB is what? Z. A plus IB is equal to Z. So here you see that if you are taking the conjugate of Z, you will have your same complex number. Okay, write it. And in the same way, second property. Its second property is Z plus Z bar is equal to Z plus Z bar is equal to 2 times of real part of Z. Z plus Z bar is equal to 2 times of real part of Z. Okay. So how you check it? Suppose here you take left side. And here you have Z plus Z bar. Understand? And if you are taking Z as A plus IB, so no doubt Z bar is A minus IB. So IB and minus IB is cancelled out, and here you have 2 times of A. So 2, so you write here 2, and A is what? A, if you written here Z is equal to A plus IB, so this A is real part of Z. So you can write 2 times of real part of Z. That is your right side. That is your right side. So in this way, you can prove it. In the same way, your third property. Yes, in third property here you have Z minus Z bar. So if you are taking its subtraction in between 2, so the real part is cancelled out, and here you have 2 times of imaginary part of Z. Right? No need to prove it. Here you learned how you find that result. So only you write this one. So Z minus Z bar is equal to 2 times of imaginary part of Z. And your fourth property says if you have that is 2 complex number like that, in which you have Z and Z bar both are equal, if you have a result Z is equal to Z bar, ठीक है, so that is equivalent to, means this implies in both sides that Z is purely real. Z is purely real. Z is purely real. If you have a result like that, Z means any complex number and its conjugate both are equal. So in that case, you can say that it is purely real. This is your fourth property. So when you are saying that any complex number is purely real, when you have a result that its imaginary part is zero, its imaginary part is zero, then you can say that any two numbers are equal. So you can very easily identify this type of result. So just check it. So suppose if you are taking any complex number as a plus ib, here you can take any complex number as a plus ib and is equal to their conjugate. So you write a minus ib. So a can be cancelled out from both sides because a not equal to 0 if you are written in this way. So it will be cancelled out. So this implies 2 times of ib is equal to 0. 2 times of ib is equal to 0, or you have b is equal to 0. B is equal to 0. And b is what? B is the imaginary part of z. And for any complex number, if its imaginary part is 0, so that implies, yes, Z is purely real. Z is purely real. Here you see that, yes, just you write it for your understanding point of view. Here you have imaginary part of Z is 0. So if imaginary part of Z is 0, so this implies Z is purely real. Z is purely real. Z is purely real. You can write in this way. In the same way, if you have a result like that, Z plus Z bar is equal to 0, means the sum of complex number and its conjugate is 0, then Z is purely imaginary. Then Z is purely imaginary. So how you say that the Z is purely imaginary when its real part is 0? For a complex number, if real parts is 0, you can say that Z is purely imaginary. So you write in fifth property, if Z plus Z bar is equal to 0, this implies Z is